got any final thoughts for the show?
Make jukes, not war.
Can we edit that out?
Nope. I had my game face.
Hello and welcome to a Mazda RX-8. This is a new Matchbox casting. It's not the first one. I did miss a previous release of this. It never came around, but this is the one I've managed to find. It's a black one. It's actually metallic colour, which I'll pull it out soon and show you all. It is the number 49 out of 100 this year. The I believe Volvo was 99 out of 100, although I might be wrong. This is a short card release. Not much information on the back, as there never really is. I do know it's part of the showrooms releases. They always have a sort of background sort of thing, like the off-roaders will have a mountain background, and the sort of factory stock cars will always have a showroom or a garage behind it with a little light there indicating that also. So I'm going to get this thing open and I'm going to show you all what I like and maybe dislike about this casting, and some things I find pretty cool about the RX-8 and some things I also don't, as it's one I actually quite like. It's a very Marmite car for various reasons, mainly the engine, mainly the styling, who knows. It's just a Marmite car, so I'm going to get it open now and show you all how it really is, or what type of cast it is, and what things I find are good and not so good about the cast. I'll start on the front. If we can get a little bit of focus on it, hopefully we can. There we go. I have managed to track down the screwdriver of truth, and so here we go. It's a little bit of focus. Come on camera, there we go. You can see the metallic paint I was talking about. It's very similar to the first 3000 GT Mitsubishi release. This is a very similar paint. It was black with a silver metallic. On the front we have a very nice casting, or very nice casted detail. Hopefully we can get a little bit of focus. It's been terrible today. We have the Mazda badge on the front end as I'm dropping the screwdriver of truth. We have two very nicely done headlights with indicators, headlights, fog lights as well included. Really nice both end, and they are both very accurate. You see sometimes with Hot Wheels, Matchbox, or any type of sort of metal release, throughout the various stages of quality from mainline to all the way up, they do often have misplaced decals, so it's really nice to see the details properly seated. As you can see, they are properly in there as they should be. Matching up with body lines, the Mazda is exactly in the middle. It is just perfect. The front bumper is also really nice. If we can get a little bit of focus on that, there we go. It's a bit dusty, I might have to dust it off. Don't know how that's the case, but hey ho. The grille is nicely done. You can see in a very nice sort of co-mold type thing. Not co-mold, but you know what I mean, sort of hexagonal type detail. Fog lights there through there are also there on the front bumper. Nice to see those detailed at some point too. And also a different colour, which is the base of course on the bottom here, where the sort of base pops up to make another sort of grille, which is also part of the same bumper as the grille. Of course, it'd be interesting to see if this drilled open, if this is one of those castings where the whole sort of underneath it here is detailed as in an engine bay, like the Skyline are detailed and sort of customised around a year ago now. Now moving on to the side now, no details are expected as it is a mainline. We have two details. I'm quite happy with that, two detailed sides, front and back, which are the most important ones to really ever get. You can see the wheels they've chosen are exactly bang on. I wouldn't choose any other wheels from Matchbox to put on. These are my favourite mainline Matchbox wheels to begin with. I think they've suited perfectly, and the chrome is, well, it's very nice. These will be nice to see detailed. These are like sort of a vent behind the rear arch. I'm not sure if they're real or fake or not, but they are definitely there, and it's nice to see them here. On the Matchbox cast, it also has some wing mirrors, which are very often forgotten detail on these sort of 1/64 scale diecast. The doors are also very well done. Yes, doors, in case you didn't know, Mazda RX-8s are, well, their main party feature are to have a main opening door, and this one which comes open like a suicide door at the back. Both sides I like that, as this is a 4-seater car. Not sure what the intention was, obviously because it was a sports car slash family car. It was an odd car, and that's why I like it. I am a very big fan of odd cars. And onto the back now, where we see the most amount of detail, starting at the top and working our way down. You can see the third brake light, because of course it'll be useless up here. You won't be able to see it if you're following behind. RX-8 detailing, Mazda detailing here, and brilliant rear light detailing. You can see the brake light, reverse lights, and everything else really nicely detailed, and also the rear fog light here, which is in the shape of a rotor, come on to that very soon, and the 2 exhaust pipes, which are very well done too. Very impressive casting so far. I'm really liking this thing. I loved seeing the fact that when they started talking about these, when Matchbox was doing their reveal photos on Instagram like they usually do, I loved the way this thing looked, and had to get myself one. So it took me a while to get one, but I finally did. And just before I move on to the base, I'd just like to mention about how accurate this thing is. I'll come on to that a bit later. There's not much here, just an exhaust and a drive shaft. You can see the exhaust comes up and then over, and then of course go either side there. You've got an axle, an under tray, and that's about it. Of course, copyright Matchbox 2022 or Mattel 2022, as this is a 2022 copyright into 2023. 2004 Mazda RX-8, fairly standard and to be expected. Now, if you didn't know, the reason why there is rotors or 3 sort of triangle sort of shapes all over this thing is because this is a rotary engine, or a Wankel engine. Wankel engines are of course a engine that consists of a rotor similar to the shape of sort of that, and then a diagonal one on either side, and that of course creates a brap noise, which is sort of different. It works in the same way as a normal engine combustion does. Of course, fuel goes into the combustion cylinder, then sort of air pushed through, and then that sort of combusts by creating pressure and the various other things. Now, these are very unreliable, as these burn a lot of fuel, especially the early ones, which this one is. They burn a lot of fuel and a lot of oil. Now, that isn't good when you want to daily drive a car, and that is why a lot of them aren't really left. They aren't very reliable. Just before I forget to go into the interior, I would just like to mention I've seen quite a few of these and I really like them, and if I ever have the money, I might consider getting one, because I think they are an affordable RX-7 without having the tags of an RX-7 and being a little bit different, because I do quite like the way these things look, and maybe even prefer them over the RX-7, because RX-7s are very overdone at this point. And of course, picking it up to have a look at the interior, it's a bit smoked glass, so you can't really see, but you can see there is a manual transmission in here, as it has a proper shifter. It is left-hand drive. Might be interested to see if there's any right-hand drive sort of orientations or sort of differences in the casting, as the Toyota MR2 was a few years ago, with headlights up, down, left and right. I believe that's the same for every variation of that. It does also have a sunroof, which is very nice to see, not just a metal one, it's a proper sunroof you can see through, and just every bit of detail on it is really nice. I can see in person, you can't really see there, but every bit of detail in here is very nice, to be expected from Matchbox. So, would I recommend it? Obviously, it is a brilliant casting, and I wouldn't be reviewing it if I didn't like it. That's my sort of new rule, is don't pick up a cast you don't like anymore, or don't like. So I picked this one up, and it gets the vote from me. I knew instantly when I took a look at it I would like it, and I of course do. So should you pick it up? Yes, obviously, even if you don't like Matchbox, or even, don't know how you couldn't like Matchbox, it's in a new golden era, but even if you don't like sort of JDM or Japanese things, you've got to pick one of these up. It is absolutely fantastic, and I'm sure the customizing ability, or customizing sort of possibilities of this thing are endless, as with any casting. So you definitely should pick one up. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all very much for watching. Stay safe, have fun, and of course, stay juke'ing.